What's going on, guys? It's your boy ShadyMikeGaming, and welcome to a very special video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Kings rookie Tyrese Haliburton. Now, the reason this video is so special to me is because he is also a member of our 2K Modding Society Discord server, which is literally the coolest thing in the world to me. So I really wanted to put some time into this video and make sure we got him looking right in the game. The number one thing about this was, and the reason I've had this plan for a while, but I had heard that 2K was going to update his face scan, so I've been waiting for his new cyberface to come through. So as soon as the cyberface came through, shout out to my man Wes from the Discord. He touched up his face from 2K, and now we have an awesome looking Tyrese Haliburton. And so now I feel really good, feel really ready to get this video out and make sure it's as fire as always. So funny story actually. So the way that this whole thing got started was last summer, before the draft, Tyrese actually hit me up on Instagram. He DM'd me asking some basic 2K PC modding questions, and honestly, I didn't know who he was. As dumb as it sounds now, I did not know who he was. So he asked me some basic modding questions, and I think I hopefully was able to help him out as much as possible. And I kind of just went on with my day. And I think maybe the next day or the next time someone DM'd me, I looked back at my DMs and I seen a check mark next to my guy's name. I was like, well, wait a minute, who is this? And I literally probably spent the next 5 hours watching, because at that time it was pre-draft coverage. So I literally spent the next couple of hours watching his highlights and learning about him at Iowa State. So it was just really awesome learn about him and his game, and man, he's got a serious game. So it's just really awesome the way that played out. A really small channel, so obviously I don't have many interactions with NBA players, but it's awesome to see him tearing up the league, just like with me watching his pre-draft footage. I thought he could, and we're gonna go ahead and focus on getting him looking right in the game. So when you take a look at Haliburton's jump shot, it is a set shot. It's a set shot. It's definitely unorthodox, but don't let that deceive you. He is extremely dangerous with this shot. He's shooting 43% from three as a rookie. He's taking 6 threes a game. He shoots the ball with confidence from deep NBA range. So when you're editing the player, make sure you go on and throw in that Hall of Fame range extender, because it's serious. He shoots it from very deep, very accurate. So as we take a look at the jump shot, let's go ahead and take a look at the base. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at is his feet, right? It's close together. The right is ever so slightly in front of the left, and it's just a short hop forward. It doesn't elevate much on the shot, but the release is so quick, we're not worried about getting the shot off. We have no problems getting that shot off. So right foot in front of the left, short hop, body ever so slightly slanted to left. That was good. There's a lot of bases in the game that do that. The reason we went with the one that we went with was because he also leans forward. He leans into his shot. If you take a look at the stills on his shot, he's leaning forward. So that was a really important key that I wanted to take, make sure we took into account. He has a very unorthodox shot, so you can't capture completely in 2K, but there were certain key elements of it that I really wanted to capture. Now let's move to the release. Now, the number one thing that we were trying to get taken care of with the release is the release point. So when you take a look at the shot from the side angle, his elbow is, and I apologize, I'm not good at math, but it's less than a 90-degree angle once the ball is in front of his face. So if you take a look at the shot as the ball is in front of his face, that elbow is going to be pointing downwards, and that was the key detail that we were trying to capture with the shot. I think we did a really good job. Let's go ahead, let him shoot for a little bit, get a feel for the shot. I think it's fire. Okay, and as we take a look at the actual signature shot for the base, we go with Trae Young. That's because it has everything we're looking for and keeps him leaning forward. When we take a look at the release, we go with release 38. The reason we do that is because it has the flick of both hands. Now, I was trying my best to experiment with release 67 because that had kind of him holding the ball on the sides, but it ruined the offhand, so I didn't blend it with anything. We got a very good looking shot here. We go with release timing very quick because Tyrese has no problems getting that shot off in the NBA, but for 2K, if you're shooting at this level without much elevation, it just gets blocked too much. So we're going to be really quick, very quick, and he gets it off fast anyway in the NBA, so we're completely okay with that. As we go with the free throw, there were a lot of different options for this. I went with WNBA 1 because I felt like it really did capture the form a lot. Another one that I was, pretty much dead set on. I just couldn't choose between the two. I think the motion is a little bit better with the Cazorla. Now, the offhand on Cazorla is perfect, but obviously none of the free throws that I could find had him kind of shooting with his hands on the sides. So Cazorla or WNBA 1, either of them matter. They're both very good, very accurate, for as accurate as can be. I think the Cazorla has a better offhand. I think the WNBA 1 has the more accurate shooting elbow with it tucked in like that. When you go for the dribble pull up, we go with WNBA 1. The reason you go with WNBA 1 is because even when Haliburton shoots his pull-ups, it is a set shot, so he kind of walks into it. He kind of walks into his base jump shot, and really the only one that I could find that did that was WNBA 1. Very happy with that. Now with the spin jumper, we're going to go with normal 10. Really, we went with the one that captured his form the best, but still was accurate to what we saw. We don't want that shot getting blocked because 2K can be a little bit weird with the animation, so I was very happy with that. With the hop jumper, now Haliburton, I haven't seen a lot of step backs from him, but from the ones that I've seen, again, he's not getting crazy elevation on them, but he's maintaining his form and he's trying to get his feet set so that he can still do his his set shot. And I felt like hop jumper big captured that the best. And the good thing I really liked about it is a lot of these animations are really quick. Like, for them to be big step backs, they're very quick and they help him to get that shot off, and very accurate to what we see him do in game. When you go over to the layups, we go with the long athlete package. Now, one of the biggest strengths of Haliburton is his size, whether you call him a point guard or an off guard, standing 6'5". He's tall, he's long, you can see over the defense, but in terms of the strengths of his layups, it's those long strides, kind of reach of his as well. Using that wingspan, he can double clutch in midair. We can do a lot of different things on the layups. So, very, long athletes, very, accurate to what we've seen him do. In terms of the dunks, I've seen him mostly jump off of 1 foot. There's a lot of bounce there. We go with athletic one-handers off 1. We go with basic two-handers off 1. We've seen that as well. Again, a lot of bounce. I think more so as the years go by, I think we're just going to keep adding more and more to the dunk package. Reese, if you are watching this, give me a windmill next time you're on the break. But there's a lot of bounce there, a lot of athleticism, and I know that he can probably unleash some crazy dunks. But just based off of what I've seen so far this year in game, we go athletic one-handers off 1, basic two-handers off 1. Now for the post game, I couldn't find a lot of post footage, so you guys know what I like to do. I like to take the animations that fit best with his release so that his shots, especially when we have a shot like this, are not getting blocked too much. I just couldn't really find him doing any post fades. It was able to find one spin jumper from college, but you know what I mean, accurate as far as accurate as you're going to get in terms of the post game. So this is what we went with there. In terms of the dribble style, he does have a slightly more upright dribble style. He likes to dribble the ball in the open court. When you see him run the offense, which is something we've seen him do, head up, upright posture. That's why we go with Jerry West. Now, in terms of the signature size up, we're going to have 2 options here. I went with Cazorla. One thing I noticed from Haliburton Haliburton is his game. Again, he can shoot or he can drive. He does both very well. So I don't know that he prefers one or the other, but he doesn't seem to be the type that's going to sit there and dance on guys when he calls for picks. And when I've seen the way I've seen him play the pick and roll, he's another one of those guys, a lot like Ja Morant when we did his shot. He likes to pull the ball back and kind of get a, running start on the screen. So he's going to pull the ball back a little bit and then, attack the basket that way when he's shooting. And we've also seen him pull up off of that. So Cazorla is one that's very good, and it looks good in the open court, looks good as he's running the offense. But I haven't seen him doing a lot of dancing. Now, if you want something that's just a little bit, maybe a little bit more, has a little bit more pizzazz, you can go with Paul George for sure. Very accurate. But the number one thing, and let's watch the animation here, is when he does the crossover, he pulls the ball back. So that, say you do that right before a screen comes, it gives him the options, whichever way he wants to go, just gives him space to get a running start. So guys, that is Tyrese Haliburton. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just really wanted to capture the details for somebody that's quickly becoming one of my favorite players, and definitely one of my favorite players to watch, break down, and analyze. I said it before the draft and I'll say it again. I do believe Tyrese is going to end up being the best player taken from this draft. I'm telling you guys, watch this man's game. He has all the tools. Guys, this is Shady Mike Gaming. Thank you so much for the support. We hit 9,000 subscribers. We're en route to 10K, guys. Thank you so much for the support. I'm out of here. Peace. Threes.